Alright, what's going on everyone? So I didn't follow Foundation previews super closely, but my god, I can't believe it. Brineborn Cutthroat, guys. It's legal and standard for 5+ years. Oh, so if you don't know me, I really like Flash, I really like Tempo, and I was a huge fan of Simic Flash when it was in standard. And Brineborn Cutthroat's really fun. 2 mana, 2/1 Flash. Whenever you cast a spell on your opponent's turn, which you're looking to cast literally every spell on your opponent's turn, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Very cool. But you know what else was printed in Foundations that I was so excited for? One of my favorite creatures of all time. It's Voracious Greatshark. It's not played a lot. Not everyone is as excited about this as I am. But if you're not familiar, 5 mana, 5/4, Flash. So instant speed, can come down as a surprise blocker, can come down end of turn, surprise, I'm attacking you for 5, that you didn't know about it, right? Very cool. But when it enters, counter target artifact or creature. Boy, do I love this card. Being able to pay 5, get a 5/4 and counter a creature or an artifact, awesome. So we have those in standard now. Other things we got with Foundations, Spectral Sailor. 1 mana, 1/1 Flash flying. If the game goes long, turns into a card draw. And is that it? Maybe. Other Flash creatures we have. Oh, is this new? No, that's Duskmourn. I knew that. 2 mana, 2/1 Flash flying. The opponent draws a second card each turn. We draw as well. Great for winning the card advantage game. This is a 2 mana, 2/1 Flash. As you can see, we're playing everything on our opponent's turn. Vigilance. When it enters, we tap a creature an opponent controls, and we put a stun counter on it. So we can do that end of turn, not only tap down a blocker, but keep it tapped. We can also shuffle this and a creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's library. So it kind of works as a pseudo removal spell, kind of slow, but it does work. And it has vigilance, so it can attack, then activate that second main phase. We have Malcolm, Flash flying, 2 mana, 2/1. When it deals combat damage to a player, we put a chorus counter on it, then we draw and discard, and if there's 4 or more chorus counters on it, we get to cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. Kind of awkward for us because we have so many things that we want to play in response to other things. We want to play stuff on our opponent's turn. These are like counter and removal spells, but I mean, I'm not going to say no to free spells. We have Aven Interrupter. This is very similar to Spell Queller. 3 mana, 2/2 Flash flying. When it enters, we exile a spell and it becomes plotted, but our opponent can't cast it without paying 2 more to cast it. Then we have 3 mana, 2/2 Flash, and it's one of these O-ring creatures that exiles a non-fox, which is how many foxes are in standard, I don't know. We could also sacrifice it to gain 2, I guess. This has been a Flash All-Star, 4 mana, 4/3 Flash. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, we draw a card. If it dies, it comes back as an enchantment. And then we have this, which we're really playing for the adventure. 2 mana, bounce an attacker. It actually puts it on the top or bottom of their library. But we can also flash it in as a 6 mana, 6/6 Flash in War 2. And then the rest of the deck is lots of control. We have counterspell, counterspell. We have a removal spell here, another tempo card. We have a counter spell here. And remember, it doesn't seem like that much control, but I'd like to remind you that this is a sort of counter spell. This removes a creature, and this counters a creature, and this bounces a creature. So we have more control than it might look like. And yeah, that's the deck. Let's try this thing. I'm super excited to cast Greatshark again. Very cool. Okay, Flash in standard. Going second, of course, but we got a Greatshark. I do think the Dimir build would go, it'd be much better going second because could play Cut Down, play Go for the Throat. You'd be much better off going second with a deck like that. Is it just gonna be Red Aggro? Yeah, first game of Foundations. Joy. Yeah, super fun. Super cool. Alright, kicking the new set off right with more Red Aggro. Yep. Well, we can stun it. Which is what, or we could do that. I think we put a stop on their main phase and we stun it before they go to combat. That could be worse because of prowess, huh? Okay, we'll play this. Stun this. Take 2. Down to 13. Do I need 3 mana? No, I don't need to play this either, but get a land out of my deck. So I'll do it. Blue. Going to attack because we have vigilance. I'm going to put another stop and plan to play this and stun something else. Like that. It's going to be that one. Yeah. Play this. Resolve. Stun it. Resolve. Take 2. Down to 11. Counterspell. Attack for 4. Alright, we got Soul Partition. Got a Counterspell. Got a couple 2-drops. I can play both of them. Squee. I think Squee has to be countered. That's not the right one. This one. Okay, counter that. So I have Soul Partition or Flash Fairy Mastermind in. And I think I'd rather save Soul Partition for Godric. I think it's Flash this in. Block here. Block here. Just trying to run them out of gas. Down to 10. Perfect. We can play Greatshark now. Get another blue land. I don't know if I need 2 white. I do need 2 white, so that was a mistake. If I draw one of my foxes or the Aven thing. Okay, nice. Here we go. Counter. And have a 5/4. Nice. Negate. That seems pretty good. I think we're going aggro because we have the Soul Partition. Oh, I clicked attack all. I didn't want to attack with that. Huh. Okay, we'll negate that. They take it though. Go to 5. So we have Soul Partition. If they bring Squee back, for example, that's where it's going. Yep. That's fine. And then they're tapped out. Play Soul Partition here. Nice. They can't attack. Opponent roping. I don't think I mentioned in the deck tech that this is a very, very rough draft. When I say that, I mean I built it and haven't played a game with it. This is my first game with this deck. So if you're gonna copy it, you don't have to copy it card for card because I don't know if this is a solid build. This is my first iteration. I just wanted to play Voracious Greatshark. As we can see, first game, got a mono red player tilted. I saw how powerful the stun was on this though. Really helped us survive the aggro. So we saved ourselves from getting attacked by 5 creatures. We can attack with both because they have to block the Greatshark. Okay, game 1 of Flash. We ripped someone out. I mean, is that a success? I think so. I think it is. But I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, game 2. No white lands, but we're going first. Very exciting. And we got Brineborn Cutthroat, which I think is... I mean, I just want to keep it for that. We got Brineborn Cutthroat. We're going first. We can get it out early, and then we can counter stuff for a couple turns. But we're playing against an aggro deck, so we're probably going to be countering stuff first before getting this down, unfortunately. I'd like them to play a dead card here, something that doesn't do much. Grand Entryway makes a 1/1 with this. No, I gotta counter it. I gotta counter that one. Because this is gonna get a counter, then the Glimmer comes into play, gets another counter. So it's gonna be a 3/3. I need to draw a couple lands. Take 1. There's 1 land. If I can draw 1 more, I can play a counter spell and a creature at the same turn. This turn though, might be just playing 3 steps ahead on anything. I mean, I can just play the Brineborn Cutthroat and deal with this if we get a bunch of counters with this later. But if they distribute their counters, okay, they're attacking first. Take 1. Doing nothing would also be great for me. See, the great thing about this deck with Flash, if the opponent thinks they're playing against a blue control deck, they might start slowing down, which is exactly what I want. If they're like, alright, I'm not going to play into a counter spell here. They're like, oh, this is a counter spell, right? 3 mana, it's a 3 steps ahead. I shouldn't play an important threat here. Great. Don't play an important threat. And then I deploy my threat. And that's how you like turn the corner, is when people start playing conservatively because they think they're playing against a blue control deck when they're actually playing against a tempo deck. Oh my god, perfect example. Okay, great. We'll play this. Oh look, I actually have a threat. And I'm going to attack you for 2. And now I'm the aggro player, because now I can just counter stuff and make this bigger and bigger. I have 3 counters. We'll be countering stuff for the next 3 turns. Don't care what they play. Counter, counter, counter. That's what I'm doing. Oh look, that is something I need to counter. Actually, I should probably use negate, huh? Use negate. Counter. Now I have a 3/2. You still have a 1/1. They do have 1 mana open. They can play another aura. They can play a removal spell. I'll take one. Land. Oh, so now we can play counter spell, 2-drop. Seems great. Attack for 3. I'm the aggro player now. 2 counter spells remaining and a bounce spell. 4 mana. So we got to be aware of this. We want to use this as soon as possible, but it doesn't apply here. We'll just counter. They still have 2 mana. If they have another one of these, not that. They have another one of these, I'm in trouble. But they do not. Great. Okay, well, attack for 4. Opponent goes to 11. And this is what Brineborn Cutthroat does. It allows us to just beat people down while countering their spells. We've got 1 counter left. They could pay for it. Dang. Yeah, they can pay for that. Alright, we'll just let that go. Adds counters, draws cards. Yeah, copies that. Fair. Or no, it doesn't copy that. It's when it deals combat damage? Sure. Okay, so this one we need to counter. So that goes away. We get a 5-4. The question is, do we play like Malcolm? Am I playing another threat? Or am I just bouncing that? I think I'm playing another threat. I don't need to do it now. I think I want to play this one as well. Does this draw? It does draw. Oh, I guess I can play Fairy Mastermind in response. I want to do this first. We have a 6-5 and a 2-1. That's pretty cool. Don't have 2 white mana though. Attack. So we might discard this. They have no mana open. They have a 1-1. Can't be blocked. Go to 3. Draw a card. Voracious Greatshark. That's exciting. So we have no counter spells here, but we can bounce an attacker. We can play another flyer. They're at 3. Yeah, see, you can't do anything about that. So they can get my Cutthroat. They can get another counter. There, okay. But we're going to flash in another flyer and potentially just win. Unless they have another removal spell. They do. I can bounce that though and get my Malcolm back. Wait, what's the ward? Ward 2? So I can bounce and get my Malcolm back. But then I can't play Fairy Mastermind. So I think it's still worth it though. It's worth it so they don't get the life. Because they have 3 power lifelink. I will pay the ward. The creature goes back. The enchantment dies. I get my Malcolm back. We don't get to draw if they draw here. If I play Fairy Mastermind, they gain 3, go to 6, which I don't want. We're so close to lethal with flyers. Okay, that goes away. I get my creature back. A land here is great. We'll have Greatshark up. It is not a land, but it's another flyer. Attack for 2. Draw. Discard that. Alright. Well, they have 1 life. We have 2 flyers. Flash. That they don't know about. They have 2 cards. Another one of those. Or did they put it on top? Probably on top. I didn't pay attention. Alright. End of turn. Flyer. They have 1 card. They can have removal for 3 cards. Alright. What do you got? Spectral Sailor. And now if we don't draw a land or anything, nice. We'd be able to draw with this, right? Because we have 4, can't cast any of our things. Man, Flash. I love it. Brineborn Cutthroat, Voracious Greatshark. Could you imagine? There's no way they're bringing back Nightpack Ambusher and Foundations, though. Okay, oh, that's back. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know all the cards in Foundations. I looked at the client, I looked at standard cards, and I was like, holy crap, I have so many cards. All my old cards are good now, again, in standard. I don't have to spend money on this set. I can just, that's why, if you're not familiar, core sets were well known. Okay, this is bats. Core sets were well known for selling very, very poorly. And that's because, why would you buy a core set when you already have all the, oh, it's like a life gain angels thing. We're very slow. We went second, and yeah. Anyway, core sets wouldn't sell because the set would release and everyone would be like, have all the cards. Don't need it. But, yeah, this is fine. So it's probably Cutthroat. Have to imagine. End of turn. But, for Arena, on Arena, oh my god. The set just releases and it's like, oh look, I already have like 200 cards from this set. It's kind of great. Just seeing all my old cards playable and not needing to spend money is exactly why Wizards of the Coast always saw these as bad. It was bad for them. It wasn't good for them to make these sets because... I'm going to just do this. Because, you know, it was bad for the bottom line to release a set that everyone already had all the cards for. And the boxes just didn't sell. Local game stores would buy them. And then they just sit there and do nothing. Okay, fair enough. Another counter spell, attack for 3. Pass the turn. Probably play 3 steps ahead on basically anything like that. Don't need 3 steps ahead though, I can do this one. Counter. Oh, it's uncounterable. Right, they have Cavern. Whoops. Okay. Yep. Do I play... I don't know what I do here. They have a 1-3. It's problematic. I think we're going to play this. This is going to be a 4-3. So we tap down the small one. I want 3 mana up. Kind of awkward. I drew all these counter spells against a deck not doing much with with Cavern. Pass the turn. Okay, that works. That works for me. Ah, man. You just can't lose. We're in Platinum, though. That's when the difficulty ramps. Platinum 4 or 3 is where Mythic rank players drop to. So, if you ever race the Platinum really quick at the beginning of the season and it feels like you hit a brick wall, it's because not everyone plays this game a ton, right? Like, I basically only play when I'm recording. Pretty much. Close to it. I play a little bit off. So, you know, you'll get Mythic players who will drop to Platinum, and then like you're a week into the season and you're playing against the former Mythic player. Or yeah, people like me who've been playing for 20 years, but they just don't play Arena specifically that much. We have to mulligan this with 1 land. This is fine. Pains me, but there's no guarantee we can cast it. Do we need 2 Fairy Masterminds though? I'm keeping it. I think that's incorrect. Going second again. Faeries, interesting. Got the Fox Bodyguard. Okay, yeah. Dimir Fairy, so it's tempo v tempo. I went second. Kind of awkward. Sure. Yep. Guess we flash this in. Sure. Seachrome Coast. Am I attacking? I don't think so. Dream Thief, sure. Yep. Surveil. Fairy Mastermind. Can't be countered. Cavern of Souls is going to be a problem with the Greatshark, isn't it? Okay, so I think it's... what is it? It's flash this in. Well, we take this damage. I think we flash this in. Take this. Nope. It's got ward. Okay, we'll take this. Counter spell. Uh-oh. Guys, I think we lose. Attack for 2. And we lost to another tempo deck. That went first. You have 3 counters and 2 Cavern of Souls on the battlefield. That is pretty rough. We're probably just going to make a 2-2 with this. Alright, we'll do this now. Could also... How much is it to make a copy? 4. I can make a copy of the Bodyguard. Yeah, let's do this. 4 mana. Target you. Auto pay. We'll take this. Alright, so I'm taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm dead next turn. Draw. Now I'm taking 8. I think I take 8 for now. Go to 5. Another counter spell, but I can copy the Werefox again. So I can't attack with Fairy Mastermind. I need to block. But we're going to do this. We'll plan to flash this in. Get another Fox. Steal O'Brien. Alright, we'll do this. Copy you. Auto pay. Take you. So what does this do? I forget. Draw and lose 1. I mean, I'm dead. I could block here. Because I'm going to make it 2-2. If they have another Briar, it's scary. I think I'm going to block... No. I got to do the 33. Got to just do the 33. Take 2, go to 3. Interesting, but it doesn't have flying, huh? Okay. Well, all their creatures are flying, so there's no reason to hold back. Attack for 6. Okay. You know what? I kind of forgot I did that. I kind of forgot. I haven't played Faeries in so long. Or against Faeries. Yep. So they go to 10. Get their 2-2. We can make a 2-2 blocker, but they have 4. So we're dead. Alright, we lost to I don't think there's any way to... Even if we didn't attack, we just lose on the... Like, they're going to attack us either way, right? Okay. Try this again. Going first. Interesting hand. We're really good at drawing these. Play an island. Black. Ghost Vacuum. Interesting. Like I said, really good at drawing these. Probably play Malcolm. At least we're not against aggro. I think it dies to a cut down, but we'll see. Against black, they have to have a cut down, right? Cut down? Yep. They always have a cut down. 100% of the time. Wow, I'm so good at drawing those. Pass. Yep. Exile my thing. Nothing. I think we're just gonna play this. Alright, sure. Do I draw another Wastes? No. We'll play the... nope, we'll play this. And we will pass. If they play a creature, we'll get rid of it. If they don't, we'll just play the 4-3. Liliana, we can discard a land. Resolve. Discard the waste. So they're tapped out. We'll play a 4-power creature to kill Liliana. Brineborn Cutthroat is beautiful. Kill Liliana. Awesome. Don't get to draw, but that's okay. So we can play this. We can play both of these, which is fantastic. I guess in response, we just play both. I think I'm fine with this. They're not going to have board wipes right now. Do I have an option? Exile up to 1. Yes. Autopay. Get a counter. That's fine. Oh, it exiles. That's not fine. That sucks. Oh, it's not exile? It's destroy. Okay. So we still get the enchantment. We'll, oh, they can exile it in response. That's very good. Well, we still have 5 power. We're not going to exile the Cutthroat. We will attack for 5. Pass the turn. So we have this. I'm going to add a counter to this. Archfiend. Alright, let's play this. Get a counter. My turn. That is perfect. We do this now. We don't get the counter on Brineborn Cutthroat, but still worth doing. They're tapped out. This costs 6. Yep, nice. Nice. Ah, I love Flash so much. Nice. We did it. Get a mythic. Rise of the Dragon Caller. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, make a 5/5. It's a do nothing enchantment, right? You need to play it and have a turn, but it's any instant. It's not like a instant or sorcery that costs 5 or more or anything, right? You can play it in Mardu or Jeskai and play a bunch of removal, right? Just kill stuff, make them discard, counter their spells, and this can be your finisher. If you have 7, you can play this and like an opt or consider or whatever's in sleight of hand and make a 5/5. Actually, I think that's pretty cool. That seems like borderline playable, actually, as a top-end finisher for a control deck, and it's an enchantment, so not every deck's going to have an easy answer for it. And if you're drawing a lot, you could potentially play it and like make 2 5/5s in the late game before it gets killed. And we get a Drake Hatcher, 2 mana, 1/3, Vigilance Prowess. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many incubation counters on it. That's very Phyrexian, but it's not. Remove 3 to make a 2/2 Drake. Whenever it deals combat damage. So you want to This is like an auras card, right? You load it up with auras and then you just get a bunch of drakes. Pretty cool. Alright, that is Azorius Flash from Foundations. Brineborn Cutthroat, I think it won us multiple games, becoming like a 2-mana 5/4 multiple times. Voracious Greatshark, did we only cast it once? But it was really fun the one time we casted it. Enduring Curiosity still amazing, and Flash decks. So yeah, I would say probably, if you wanted to build a more competitive version, I think you're probably playing black, because you can play so much removal, right? You can cut out the counter spells. You can play Cut Down. You can play Go for the Throat. You can play Duress. And there's a card in Foundations. It's a Sphinx that looks pretty good. Flash, flying, 4 mana, 3/3. When it attacks, you get to recast an instant or sorcery. That is really hard to take advantage of in our build because so much of our instants are counter spells. Like, what's the point of attacking with this and being able to recast this? It doesn't do anything. So this, in a Dimir build where we play spot removal and hand disruption, would be amazing. Don't love it in this blue-white build unless you want to play more, like cut the counter spells for Get Lost and stuff, right? Alright, I'm in Foundations. Get Lost, Soul Partition, play these, and then you can play that Sphinx. But I don't think it's very good if you're playing counter spells, and I don't think these counter spells are very good in a Cavern of Souls meta, to be fair. So I think a Dimir build where we cut the counter spells, and I don't want to cut this. I'm playing it no matter what. I don't care if there's Cavern of Souls, but I could see a situation where we cut these, cut the counter spells, play black instead of white, and focus more on counter spell, or focus more on spot removal, hand disruption, and that Sphinx to recast stuff. But yeah, that's it, guys. Cool deck. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.